Crypto Fam to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka. On today's show, Bitcoin faces major deleveraging. Analysts explain price crash below 100K. Also on today's show, U.S. regulators want to extend banking protections to users of cryptocurrency accounts and wallets. Also, international scammers steal over $1 trillion of fiat currency with scams over the past 12 months in 2024. Later on, we are going to put Grok and Chat GPT to the test. And today what we're going to do is we're going to compare Grok and Chat GPT in a writing test. And we're going to see which one can write us a better email, and we'll teach you some prompting. All this and so much more on today's show. Welcome, Crypto Fam. I'm your host, Nick Toka, and today is Friday, January 10th, 2025. Markets were up earlier today. They're pretty much going sideways right now, and we will get into our Bitcoin technical analysis in a moment. I just want to go over what we're going to do today. So on the left screen, we have three images that we created over the past couple days with the aid of two AIs. We used Chat GPT to create the top two images, and we used Grok, which is X, formerly Twitter, AI platform Grok, to create the bottom one. And the bottom two, we used identical prompts to get clearly two completely different views and looks and images. Both are pretty spectacular. So today what we're going to do is we are going to actually use the same two models, and we compared them yesterday for imaging, and today we're going to compare them for email writing, and we're going to see which one can write us the better email. I think it's going to be fun to compare the two. We compared it with imaging, now let's compare it with writing. I'm pretty excited about that, and I think along with that, we are definitely going to upgrade some skills for email and letter prompting. The input that we give the Chat GPT or the AI or LLM to actually create us these letters or emails, or even images, as we did the other day. Right now, let's get right into our technical analysis. Today we've got Bitcoin currently at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, going sideways. It was up quite a bit, bounced back from yesterday. Now it's about break even for the past 24 hours, but still up from yesterday at 94,285. Ethereum again sideways, just a little down, 0.25%, 32.40 US. Solana down 1%, $186. XRP, haven't seen many down days for XRP recently. XRP up 2.5% at 233. Let's get right into our crypto market cap, and the current Bitcoin market cap is $1,865 billion and change. Ethereum behind at $390 billion, followed by Tether, XRP, BNB, Solana, Doge at $48 billion, Cardano number 9 at $32 billion, and Tron to round up the top 10. Let's get into our total market cap, currently at $3.21 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 58 8.16 holding steady. Ethereum dropping a little more again. Very getting close to the 11 point something. Currently at 12.16. And XRP holding steady, also above 4% of the total crypto market. And into our crypto bubbles, we see most things in the green, except for we see the AI tokens down again, but we've got in the green BSV, Rune, BSV up 15%, Rune up 4, IOTA up 9, Algorand up 5.3, FTM up 7.5, Toncoin up 3, Leo up 4. Most things are in the green. I would call it about a 70-30 mix. Now let's zoom out to the weekly, and we see the whole market has had a bit of a bloodbath week. And the AI coin, as much as it went up, she is way down 33%. Rune down 33%. These are the big losers of the week. Jasmy down 15%. Virtual down 30%. Let's zoom out even further to the monthly, and more red for the month. The only gainers we see are Move, BGB, the AI coin, SPX, Virtual, but everything else in the red. Pepe down 30%, WIF down 50%, Doge 20%. It looks to me like a buying opportunity. Time to buy the dip. Let's go into our crypto fear and greed index, and right now it is at a 69 in greed due to the pump today. Yesterday was at a 50 in neutral, and last week a 73 in greed. And our crypto halving countdown, we've got approximately 1,200 days until the next Bitcoin halving, with 1,191,544 Bitcoin left to mine until the last coin is mined in the year 2140. And there's 171,294 blocks until the next halving to mine. Let's get into our global market cap, and I switched this currency out so it's consistently all in US dollars, and we see there's really no change here. We've got gold at 18 trillion, number one, Apple at 3.5 trillion, number two, Nvidia 3.3 trillion, Microsoft 3.1 trillion, number four. Number five, Google, Alphabet at 2.3 trillion, Amazon 2.3 trillion, and then we have Bitcoin at 1.8, almost 8 trillion, followed by Saudi Aramco at 1.8, silver at 1.72, and Meta at number 10 at 1.554 trillion, followed by Tesla, TSMC, I'm unfamiliar with them, who overtook Broadcom, Berkshire Hathaway, Walmart, Eli Lilly, JP Boo, Chase, Visa, and if we get down to the top 20, United Health, ExxonMobil, MasterCard, Oracle, into the number 23 position. Normally we just go through the top 10, and mostly what we care about is Bitcoin is at the number 7 most valuable asset in the world. And currently you can get 1,046 Satoshis for one fiat US dollar. And into our US debt clock, we have the US again up another, looks like 5 trillion from yesterday, down a bit from the usual 6 trillion a day we've been seeing, but still rising quite fast at 36 trillion 335 billion and change. The debt per citizen is 106,870, and the debt per taxpayer is still steady at $323,045. So the market's down a bit. Right now, it's been pumping all day, and let's hope we see some more pumping. And today's stories align a little bit with that, and it also aligns a little bit with security. So let's get right into it. Our top story is Bitcoin faces major deleveraging. Analysts explain price crash below. So this is really the price crash from this week. Earlier this week, Bitcoin experienced significant selling pressure after successfully breaking about 100K, a psychological milestone that investors buzzing with optimism. However, the celebration was short-lived as BTC failed to hold its critical level, dropping as low as 92,500 in less than 3 days. The sharp downturn has reignited concerns about the market stability and Bitcoin's ability to sustain its upward momentum. Let's get into the details here. Axel Adler, a prominent crypto quant analyst, shared valuable insights into the recent market activity. He revealed that the largest deleveraging in the past week took place between January 6th and 7th, when Bitcoin priced from 102,000 to 100,000 due to liquidations. The wave of forced selling pushed prices lower, allowing bears to regain control and drive Bitcoin's price down even further to 92.5. The current market conditions have left investors questioning Bitcoin's next move. Will it stabilize and find support to mount another rally, or will the bearish momentum lead to a deeper correction? With the market sentiment teetering between fear and cautious optimism, all eyes remain on Bitcoin as it navigates this critical phase. I would like to also add that this critical phase has a lot to do with the upcoming presidential changeover in the States. And I also want to suggest that today is exactly 1 day, 1 year since the ETFs were approved in the U.S. January 10th, 2024, BlackRock, Fidelity, and the whole cast of 13 ETFs were approved. There's some articles about that, but I think we'll leave them for another day. So Bitcoin regains ground after aggressive sell-off. Despite experiencing aggressive sell-off that saw Bitcoin plummet to 92,000, the cryptocurrency has managed to find key support at the critical level. In the past few hours, BTC has pushed above this threshold, climbing to 95,000, offering a glimmer of hope for bullish investors. The ability to hold and rebound from this support level suggests potential resilience, but uncertainties remain. Prominent crypto quant analyst Axel Adler shared insightful data on X about the recent market dynamics. He noted that the largest deleveraging in the last week occurred between January 6th and 7th, when Bitcoin's price dropped. They're just reiterating the same thing. Capitalizing on the chaos, bears opened shorts, further driving the price down to 92,000. Open interest of Bitcoin future top exchanges. So, despite the recent recovery, Adler warns that the current 9K Bitcoin reduction in open interest doesn't provide a definitive signal of pressure easing in the market. This leaves Bitcoin's next move uncertain, with investors closely watching how the price action unfolds in the coming days. I agree with that. It is a bit of a critical time in the next few days, and certainly in the next, we'll call it 10 days until today's January 10th and January 20th. Trump takes the reins in the U.S. The recovery to 95 is a positive sign, but BTC must reclaim higher levels to confirm bullish momentum and stabilize the market. Until then, traders remain cautious as the potential for further volatility looms. And what I could say about volatility with Bitcoin is it's generally a good thing. I find when it's ultra volatile, that's generally what it's doing before a huge spike, and I feel like we are going to see a pump leading into January 20th when Trump takes over. And then depending on what he announces on day one, I understand he has over 100 presidential orders he's going to put in place on day one. And I'm very curious if Bitcoin is going to be one of them, because he suggested it was going to be in the Memphis largest Bitcoin conference this year in Memphis, where he was the headline guest. Bitcoin currently is trading at 95,000, holding above a critical support level and sitting just below 2% at its 4-hour 200 EMA, 96,000. The 200 moving average, another significant indicator, lies 3% away, adding further importance to Bitcoin's current position. These technical levels are pivotal for accessing short-term market momentum and potential bullish recovery. So here in my trading view chart, if we zoom in, I also have the 200 moving day average. There, I'm unhiding it, so that would be this white line here. So we're really about sideways on this thing, and they're saying it's 96.2, and I've got it at 95,956, so pretty much 96,000. So if it holds here and goes above the 200-day moving average, we certainly could see higher prices clipping in pretty fast. For bulls to reclaim the uptrend, the 95,000 level must hold as a foundation for further upward movement. A decisive push to reclaim the 98 and 100K level is crucial. These price points serve as the key resistance levels that, once surpassed, could set the stage for a robust leg up, paving the way for Bitcoin to revisit all-time highs. That's what we're all waiting for. Failing to hold above 95 could open the door to increased bearish pressure, potentially sending Bitcoin into a deeper consolidation or even testing lower demand zones. However, holding the line at current levels and building momentum could restore investor confidence and create the conditions needed for a sustained rally. As Bitcoin consolidates, traders and analysts alike are closely monitoring these critical levels to gauge the cryptocurrency's next move. A breakout above the 100K mark could reignite bullish sentiment and set a more defined direction for the market. Yeah, I would say hodl. That's what I'm doing. Diamond hands and laser eyes and hold through the ups and downs. This is what the real investors do, not the day traders. The Warren Buffetts don't go trading every day. They asked Warren Buffett what his time frame was for holding a stock, and he answered, well, the normal day trader, it's 1 or 2 days. The savvy investor, it's a couple years. And me, it's forever. Let's move on to our next story of the day. And this one's very interesting, and I want you guys to listen close here, because we're going to really see Bitcoin compared to fiat in terms of scam and security. Today in crypto, U.S. regulators want to extend banking protections to users of cryptocurrency accounts and wallets. Indian cryptocurrency exchange WazirX announced a restructuring plan aimed at compensating affected users, and United Kingdom Treasury amended a law to clarify that crypto staking does not fall under a collective investment scheme, clearing a potential compliance headache for proof-of-stake blockchains. CFPB wants to extend similar banking protections to crypto users. The United States Commercial Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, has proposed a new rule that could allow crypto wallet users to receive similar protections as the traditional bank accounts. According to the proposed rule, which was published January 10th, today, crypto users who have lost funds due to hacks or scams could be eligible for a refund by crypto service providers. The regulators suggest the same protections that guard against error and fraud under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act also apply to consumers using emerging payment mechanisms such as crypto accounts or wallets. So they basically want to have CFPB insurance on crypto. So if you're subject to some kind of scam on the crypto exchanges, you will get reimbursed. In 2024, crypto users lost $3 billion due to hacks and scams, according to data from PeckShield's chain analysis. Estimated this figure to be around $2.2 billion after the 12 months. So between 2.2 and 2.3 billion in scams in crypto. And this is where I want to stop, because they keep focusing, the left-wing media keeps focusing on Bitcoin scams. It's for scams, it's for illegals, it's for, what was Gensler calling it? He had all these, acronyms for scams and scammers and people who use crypto or thieves and want to throw their money away and all this. So we've got 2024, crypto users lost $3 billion due to hacks and scams. Now, I looked up international scammers, and this is for fiat currency now, this next article. For fiat, international scammers steal over $1 trillion in fiat. So we got $1 trillion in 2024 stolen in cash, fiat money, and we have 2.2 to 3 billion. 1 trillion traditional financial system, 3 billion crypto. So where is this real scam? To me, it would seem like the easy scam is in cash and fiat, and the difficult scam is in Bitcoin and crypto. Global Anti-Scam Alliance and FeedZao unveil 2024 Global State of Scams report as scams continue to plague customers. The Global Anti-Scam Alliance, Gaza, in collaboration with FeedZao, has released its 2024 Global State of Scam report, uncovering staggering insights into the prevalence and impact of scams worldwide based on responses from 58,000 individuals across the diverse regions. The report reveals the monumental economic and emotional toll scams take on consumers. The most eye-opening finding: scammers have siphoned away over $1.03 trillion globally in just the past year, a figure that rivals GDP of some nations. Yet, amid the numbers, the report offers hope with signs of increased scam awareness and resistance among consumers. Well, it doesn't seem like that when there's $1 trillion in cash and traditional financial fiat scams. And again, it would seem to me that the more secure currency would be crypto with only 3 billion. So that would be the fiat system. There was 997 billion more dollars. Pardon me. 1.03. There was 1 trillion more in fiat scammed in 2024 than in crypto. Crypto 3 billion, fiat 1.03 trillion. Just insanity. So I wish the left media would just stop talking about crypto. I feel like they only talk about crypto because they want to keep the price down, so guys like BlackRock and nation states still have an opportunity to get in while the price is still relatively cheap. They also don't understand it. I suggest all of you go through the read of the Bitcoin Standard, which was last week's book of the week. You can go into the video notes from last week and find the free version online audiobook. And of course, it's such a good book. I would also recommend picking it up, purchasing it, and giving it a read. But for starters, go to the YouTube link, listen to it, and it's a good read, and it'll teach you a lot about crypto, and it'll teach you how it is not susceptible to scams like fiat money that over $1 trillion was scammed out of people's pockets just in last year. Insanity. Moving on to our newest segment, Ask AI. So we went through once again and we created multiple photos, and we compared Grok to Chat GPT in photo creation, and we created over the past few episodes 3 images, and the bottom 2 images are the middle one is Grok, and the middle one is Chat GPT, and the bottom one is Grok, and we used identical prompts to generate both images, and as we see, they created, the idea is the same, but I would say vastly different images. So today, what we are going to do is we are going to use GPT and Grok to create us something else that's really functional in our daily lives and at work and at business, and that would be what everybody does billions of times a day: write an email. So I've gone ahead and created a prompt asking it to create us an email. And I'm going to read it to you guys so you get the hang of what kind of information you want to put into these prompts to get a detailed, good email that comes out nice, it comes out good the first time. And of course, we don't just write me an email to, the CEO. No, we ask it a lot of detailed information, and the more detail we put in, the more detail we're going to get out of it. So I'm going to read you the prompt I created. It took about 1 or 2 minutes and did take a little bit of thinking, but it saved me from writing a 15-20 minute half-hour email. So here's the prompt. Create a funny and professional email from me, Nick, CISO at ABC Company, and invite shareholders and stakeholders in my company to a meeting about IT security and the IT budget for 2025. The meeting will be about employee engagement training and hardware budget and expenditures for this year. Email should be as inviting as possible, make attendees feel like it will be fun and not boring, and should include as many as emojis as possible to aid in getting the point across, and no longer than 150 words. So I've taken this same prompt and I have put it both into Grok and into Chat GPT, and I haven't hit enter yet. I'm waiting so we can all do it together. And here we go on both sides. And let's see what they come back with. It's going to be a little interesting. I haven't actually used Grok for emails before. They only started offering for free this week. ChatGPT works amazing for emails, and as we see, it works actually really well. The top 2 images were created with ChatGPT, and the images you see in my videos are pretty much 100% ChatGPT. The bottom one is Grok down there. Also an excellent image, and in terms of the quality of the image, the plant life here, the Grok image looks really realistic. It looks like a photograph. The Chat GPT looks like a fantasy style picture. I love the fantasy look, I'm going to be honest. But if you want to generate images and make them look real, it seems to me, at least preliminarily, Grok is better in that respect. Now we've got our responses on the other side for our email, and let's see what it came back with. So we have, let's go with the Chat GPT first, and subject: let's secure the future together. Hi team, it's time to spice up IT security and budget talks for 2025. Join me, Nick, your friendly CISO, for a meeting that's all about keeping ABC safe and future ready while ensuring we don't break the bank. What's on the agenda? Engaging every employee in IT security training. Yes, it can be fun. Reviewing this year's hardware spend and planning for 2025 like pros. When? It's got a spot, insert date and time. Where? Also where you're going to do it, your meeting room. Your insights are crucial to make this year's plans rock solid. Plus, I promise there will be coffee and maybe even snacks. Mark your calendars. It's a meeting you won't want to miss. Cheers, Nick, CISO at ABC Company. So it did exactly what we asked. It put in lots of emojis. It made it sound fun. You know, I like the coffee and the little snack emoji, and actually I like all the emojis it's added in, and it did exactly what we asked. It was professional and it was fun, and if these stakeholders get this email, they'll probably want to show up. It turned out pretty well. The insert date and time and insert location, I wasn't expecting, but it's actually a good little twist and additional information that for sure would be needed for a meeting. So I think it did a great job. Now, let's go into Grok and see how it did. Subject: top secret IT security and budget bash. Dear shareholders and stakeholders of ABC Company, get ready for the IT event of the year. I, Nick, your fearless CISO, invite you to an exclusive meeting where we'll dive into the thrilling world of IT security and our 2025 budget. We're not just talking numbers and threats, we're making IT fun. Expect employee engagement training like you've never seen before. A deep dive into our hardware budget and expenditures that won't put you to sleep. Date: insert date, time, insert time, venue, insert location or meeting link. Come armed with your questions, curiosity, and maybe your favorite coffee mug. Let's make IT security the highlight of your week. RSVP by this date and RSVP date to secure your spot in the cybersecurity fiesta. Best regards, Nick, CISO, ABC Company, and then a spot for your contact info. Now, in comparison, they both did actually a very good job. And if I hadn't asked ChatGPT, if I just went straight to Grok and asked for it and received this response, I would be overwhelmed and pleasantly surprised, and I would fill in the blanks and I would send it off. However, I do feel like ChatGPT was slightly better in the fun part of it. A little bit more funny, a little bit more engaging, and it's pretty much what we asked it to do. Again, both have done a really good job. What I like more about Grok is it did put in extra spots for me to fill in the blanks that I wasn't expecting. It added a spot for venue. They both added a spot for date and time, but Grok also added a venue and location, and it also added a spot for an RSVP date, RSVP by this date. Unexpected, but something I missed, and something maybe that should have been in there. So I like the way that Grok picked up on things that I missed automatically, but I did like the fun aspect of the Chat GPT a little more. So at this point, I would have to actually call it a bit of a tie. They're both amazing, and I'm going to keep testing them both. So imaging, we've got Grok on the bottom, ChatGPT on the top two. So in terms of imaging, it's as advertised. The Grok, I would say, does a better job of the image, and it does the best images. It doesn't do as good of a job in terms of the entire feeling you get from the picture. I feel like ChatGPT does a better fantasy style job. You can definitely tell it's an AI when ChatGPT creates the image, and when Grok creates it, it looks more like a real image. So I would have to give the edge to Grok there. It would be on me, on the prompter, who's doing the request, to make sure that the request gets tweaked a little bit. ChatGPT seems to understand right off the hop what I'm asking for, whereas Grok, I think, if you put multiple tweaks and a little more detail, you might get a better result in terms of not quality, but in terms of fantasy. And on the ChatGPT versus Grok, in terms of email writing, I would call that a 100% 50-50 split right down the middle. They both did a great job, and you can't do wrong with either one. So, in summary, you can't do wrong with either of these GPTs for both email writing and for photos. A little more fantasy, as we see with ChatGPT. A little more realism with Grok. But both are excellent products, and you can definitely create yourself an image in seconds compared to images. We're talking hours, days, weeks to draw something like these masterpieces on the left. And in terms of writing, I would suggest that both of the GPT models will save you a hell of a lot of time when writing emails. Now, remember, folks, money is abundant and money is everywhere. I say this every day. Time is what's scarce. Spend less money than you earn, and if you suddenly make more money, save more money. Don't spend more money. The younger you are, the better it is to start saving. That way you retire at 40 and not at 70 when you're too old to do the things you love. And if you have a great idea, do start it today. Even if you're not ready, start today, and it will come to you slowly but surely. It'll come together. If you found this stream useful and enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next stream.